Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome to another installment in the What's in the Watch Roll series. That's right, I'm getting out of here. I'm heading up to Queensland for 10 days over Christmas and New Year, and I'm gonna get out of New South Wales and get over the border before somebody somewhere changes their mind about something and Christmas gets cancelled for the second year in a row. But do not fret, I have recorded and uploaded a whole bunch of videos to keep you hopefully entertained over the Christmas period, including but not necessarily limited to a video on the King Samurai, the much vaunted head-to-head between three Japanese heavyweight dive watches, another three-way fight club between three odd and quirky GMTs, the first fairer on the channel, talking of quirky, and the watch that I think is going to make sure that many of you have an expensive Christmas, the Zelos Starfighter. Stay tuned for all of those. So usual format then, 4 watches, 1 on the wrist and 3 in my watch roll, and they're all new to the channel, not stuff that I've shown you before, all watches that I've got in the queue for review January, February next year, all watches that I think deserve a little bit more one-on-one time prior to longer videos, specific videos about them next year. A mixed bag if I'm being honest. Some of them I'm taking to confirm that I like them, some of them I'm taking to confirm that I don't. Let's flip the camera and have a look at them. So my wife is from Brisbane, we're going up to spend Christmas with her parents, and then my wife and I are heading up to the Sunshine Coast for a few days to bring in the new year. Doesn't sound too bad, does it? Sunshine Coast. So it's pretty clear to see what I'm going to be up to for the next 10 days. There's going to be lots of sunscreen, swimming pool, hopefully a little bit of salty water as well, and I brought a bunch of watches that I think could cope with all of those conditions. I'll give you a sneak peek of what I've got in here. I've got kind of question marks about all of them. Yeah, so that's kind of what's in the roll. Let's have a look at what's on my wrist first. It is an Aloha GMT. Yes, that's right, it's an individualistically styled watch with overt Hawaiian references from a company based in Seattle. I will do a bit more research on that before the full review to try and draw the lines, try and find out what the connection is. I actually should have been looking at one of these years ago. I had a chat with Spencer, the brand owner. We dropped out of touch with each other, but he got back in touch a couple of months ago, said he had a new run of these, one of these in green going spare. Would I be interested? Now he calls it green. The warranty he sent me says it's blue. Let's split the difference, let's call it green blue. It certainly looks like both of those colours from various angles depending on how the light catches it. I said yes please, so this one is now in the queue for review next year. Now it has all the specifications and the dimensions that I would personally be looking for from a daily. Classic 40-20, 40mm diameter, 20mm lug width, 100 metres of water resistance, screw down crown, sapphire on the front, sapphire on the back, and that is a fully decorated top grade ETA 2893 with custom rotor. So very interesting there. Interesting choice with the bracelet though. No integrated bracelet. It comes either on a leather strap or a mesh. I don't mind a mesh. It's effectively like a bracelet but without the fitted end links, and this one looks really nice. Let me get it on wrist and I'll show you what the underside looks like. 111 grams on the mesh, so it's a nice weight, and yeah, that is a lovely clasp here, all nicely brushed, and it has the Aloha. I do like that script matching the Aloha above the pinion. I also like the moon and the sun helping you work out which way up you should be reading that GMT scale there. I will probably take a spring bar tool with me and the leather strap as well, so I can give this one a run on that. So good looking, quirky, nicely spec'd, but it should be because this is over $1,000, and let's see if I think it is worth the price that they're asking for after I give it a good crack over the holidays. Next up, it's an Orient Defender. Now I have reviewed not enough Orients. I remedied my lack of Citizens, I feel, over the course of 2021. I reviewed 5 or 6 of them. I probably only reviewed 5 or 6 Orients full stop on the channel, so that's something I intend to remedy over the course of 2022. I'm going to buy or borrow or beg or steal or whatever I need to do to get a few more of these on the channel. This one, field watch, but with added complications. You have a 12-24 hour indicator there, you have a day of the week indicator, which is most unusual, and a date there also. Now it's a 42 with 22mm lug width, but it actually wears a little bit smaller than that. I think it is quite slim on wrist, and the lug to lug isn't particularly gargantuan. I bought this really to compare it head to head with the Seiko SRPG, the watch that I claimed was the best field watch under $200. This one will give it a decent run for its money, I have no doubt, when I put the two of them head to head. This one cost me way under $200 as well. I think I paid about $180 delivered for that, which I think is a pretty good deal considering it's an in-house movement and has all those extra complications, which often adds price. Again, just like the Aloha, 100 meters of water resistance and a screw down crown means I will have no fears about jumping into the pool or the sea with the Orient Defender, should I happen to have it on my wrist at the time. So watch number 3 then. I often read in the comments section, the Chinese are so good at making watches, but they can only copy designs. Why don't they come up with originals? Well, they do. But the question then becomes, should they? This is a new San Martin and it was sent to me for free by the company. I don't have to send it back. I had a chat with them and I said, look, I have my reservations about the way this one looks, but they said, no, it's fantastic. We would love you to have a look at it and present your honest views on it. It is amazingly well machined. It's amazingly finished. That is a 9-link bracelet. I mean, extraordinary, much like the Grand Seiko homage that I looked at a few months ago. Polished edges, beautifully finished, etc, etc. But does it hang together as a design? It's quite thick, sterile caseback, PT 5,350 US dollars. Anyway, I thought I would give this one a proper run, see how it goes. 100 meters of water resistance, you know, sapphire crystal, screw down crown, all of that stuff. So this one is more than capable of heading in and out of the pool with me as I see fit over my holidays. I mean, there is no denying that this thing is gorgeously made. Very, very nice, feels solid. And for once, they have got the branding consistent across the whole watch. The same logo on the dial, logo on the crown, and logo on the clasp there. Whether you like that logo or not is another matter. But yeah, just not quite sure if the dial works with that kind of 70s style case, all those angles. Okay, jury's out on this one. Let's see how I feel about it in a couple of weeks' time. Watch number 4 is a Casio. If you've watched these What's in the Watch Row videos before, you know I always take a Casio with me. It's great to have the extra utility that a digital quartz provides, alarm, stopwatch, light, etc, etc. Now this one I'm dubbing the Casio Robocop because that's what the guy that recommended it to me called it. I can kind of see his point. More on that obviously in the full review. He said he bought one for $10 from Kmart. It was an absolute bargain and I should pick one up. Within 10 seconds I had bought one on eBay for 50 Aussie. A couple of days later I got an email from him saying he'd taken them back to Kmart. So yeah, not sure what's going on there with this one. Casio make a lot of watches. They make a lot of fantastic watches. They also make a lot of other watches. I'm yet to determine which this one is. It's certainly an interesting one to look at. It's got that future retro thing, how they thought the future would look in the past. Not sure if it quite turned out that way though, and it's certainly easy to read with those big numerals. 100 meters of water resistance again, and a light, rather weedy single orange LED coming in from the left there. Okay, enough negging on this one. I will give you a full verdict on it when I get back, but yeah, perhaps a price dependent purchase. Let's put it that way. So definitely an interesting selection of 4 then, and all more than capable of handling anything I throw at them over the next 10 days or so. I'm going to take the leather strap as discussed, so if I do have something more formal if I'm out for dinner, mind you, it is pretty dressy with that mesh on it anyway, the Aloha. Leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts about these 4. Would you have taken any or all of them if you were going away for Christmas, or would you have left them home alone? So there you have it, a bit of an unusual selection. I suspect the Aloha is going to be my mainstay and the others will filter around that. Not sure about the Casio at all, to be honest. Anyway, if you like this What's in the Watch Row stuff and you don't mind me boasting about holidays, why not check out a couple of previous installments. Thanks for watching, enjoy whatever it is you do over Christmas, and I'll see you soon.